You are watching Class 005 of the 52 Weeks to 4.0 Pickleball Challenge. This is week 2 of the challenge, and since we are expecting a lot from ladies and you, we are continuing our focus on the forehand. So this is part 2 of the forehand stroke for beginner and intermediate players. Who can remember this song? The Ketchup Song. And this banger, the Macarena. Why can we all remember these catchy but very irrelevant songs? It's due to repetition. Repetition of the bassline music and repetition of the lyrics. Over and over again until it is literally drummed into your head. This is exactly what we are attempting to do with the forehand. We are refeeding you and demonstrating the information and techniques that are essential to executing the stroke. It is hoped in time that you will perfect your own version of the stroke.
So I would start in this position and I would step here. The one thing she didn't understand was the pivoting of the foot. So the pivot happens after I stroke the ball, and it allows me to turn and get my waist parallel with the net. If you don't turn on that back foot, you are going to be stuck and you're not going to be able to get a full turn. So we need that full turn. So I believe her name was Iga, and she's from somewhere in Italy. My daughter-in-law is from Italy, so I love the country. But Iga, we're starting at the basics, so I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. That's one thing. The fellow from South America was asking me to go more into depth about the grips and the way that you swing up on the ball. The grip is the continental grip, much like you would shake hands. So this is the grip that we're using for the beginner and intermediate stroke. Now, he asked me about the Eastern grip, and the Eastern grip is when you rotate the paddle so that the V on your hand is on the sloped bevel on your paddle. And this allows you to swing up and through the ball, and that puts the top spin on. But quite honestly, Antonio or something like that. Anyway, we're not there yet. So we're just talking about the continental grip, okay? Now I will say that one thing that I do is I hold the paddle at the very end. I wrap my finger on the back end of the paddle. This gives me an extremely loose grip on the paddle, and it allows me to swing through the ball and maybe just get a little more snap on the ball. The other thing he wondered about was when I said swiping up the back of the ball and over the ball. And I'll just show this by walking up to the net, and if you want to capture it on the side. So this is the stroke we're trying to emulate with our forehand. Up, and then obviously up and over the shoulder is what we're trying to emulate. A tennis player does this. They go up and over them because they're trying to put the compressible strings and the compressible ball. They're actually asking the strings to bite into the ball and put a forward roll on the ball so it drops down. We are not trying to do that. We are trying to roll up on the back edge of the ball up in this fashion, and that will put the topspin on a mostly non-compressible plastic ball.
Repetition and attention to detail will be key factors in achieving this. Now, let's look in on the ladies' progress in the last week with respect to the forehand.
Whoa, trying to hit the cameraman. That's not recommended. Nice.